morning to you and welcome. This is Good Morning Abuja, reaching you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja. My name is Nneka Igwe, and yes, I am particularly excited. Today is a bumper edition. The world is marking the World Mental Health Awareness Day, and tomorrow is International Day of the Girl Child, and we will be doing a lot to x-ray the light and shine the light on issues that girls go through around the world, with emphasis to the theme for the year, The Girl I Am, the Change That I Lead. It promises to be very, very super educating and inciting if you stay with us. We'll bring you a motivational moment.
They say your story is your greatest message. Everything you've been through up until now happened for a reason. Life's experiences are meant to grow you into the best version of yourself and light up someone else's path. The question is, do you see your experiences as setbacks or as springboards to the next level? Your stories are not yours to keep. They're yours to give to someone who needs them to answer his or her own life's questions. I have learned to treasure my experiences, own my story, and live my truth.
All right, welcome back. Let's take you straight to our Keep Fit segment. Get up and go with us, because a healthy body is the one that moves and exercises.
Let's go! Everybody wake up! Get them legs up! What's up, huh? 2 times! Let's go! 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 4 times! 4, 3, 2, switch it up!
Welcome back. We'll take a short break. When we come back, there's a whole lot of interesting discussions waiting for you. Don't go anywhere.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
Have been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for the girl to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Good to know you're still there. So today, actually, conversations around the world is going to center around mental health awareness, seeing that today is actually World Mental Health Day. Of course, right here on the show, we are set and ready to contribute our quota to this all-important front burner discussion. And my guest is Abigail Etukudo. She's a writer, a survivor, and a mental health advocate. Good morning, Abigail, and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, what does World Mental Health Day mean to you personally?
Okay, so World Mental Health, or rather mental health for
Awareness.
me, is basically how you think, how I feel, and how I act, basically. So if you have good mental health, it means you act, you feel, and you think positively towards yourself and your life. If you have bad mental health, it means you think, act, and feel negatively towards yourself and your life. So, World Mental Health Day is supposed to um, beam a light on how we feel, think, and act. Today is a day where we're supposed to sit down and really think, do we have good mental health? Do we have bad mental health? And it's not an absolute thing. There are times, of course, you may not feel too good. There are times you may feel bad. But when it's prolonged, that's when you will say you have a mental health crisis, which is basically what I had on the 25th of June, 2025, when I walked to a bridge.
This 2025?
Yes, this year. Wow. I walked to a bridge in Wuse Zone 3 and attempted to jump until I was, saved by people around who basically took me to the police station, and the police did a good job. Can I say that?
Yes, absolutely.
I can say that, right? The police, I'm telling you, they did so good. Wuse Zone 3 police station, they did so good. They were so empathetic towards me. They kept me there for 3 days. They took care of me. They didn't want me to go anywhere. They were, in fact, they were practically following me even to the bathroom, because they knew at that stage
I had tendencies.
Yeah, I was gone. I was, in fact, it took me a long time to be able to come back to life because I had gone. I practically had already prepared myself to go. So you won't believe it, for hours I didn't even use the restroom because my body had shut down completely. So I had a crisis, and it was terrible. It was a very terrible experience for me. And I'm still, trying to, relieve that, to come off it and everything. But it was really, really terrible for me. And that's why I really want to speak up, because I survived it. And some people don't survive it. And I think what has made me, speak up is also the way people reacted before and after. Now, for a mental health, for any, not even a mental health survivor, for any human being, including you, everyone needs a support system.
True.
So when you don't have it, and you're going through things, and the first thing people tell you is you're not praying enough, or go to this church, go to this place, or God, they just say things. You're actually destroying that person, because the person is really trying hard. What was my situation that led me to that crisis? For years, I suffered from fibroids. And I didn't, now listen, I suffered from fibroids, which of course, a lot of women suffer from it. If you have fibroids and you have the money, maybe for years you try to manage it and you can't, and you have the money, you go to the hospital and take it out. I didn't have the money. And I went around begging. I had friends, I had people I went to who I thought could help me. I mean, I thought it was going to be easy. I'm not begging for clothes to wear. I'm not begging for a car.
You're begging to stay alive.
Thank you. So you can imagine how that messed with me mentally. The fact that I was having a health crisis. I didn't have anywhere to go to, because each place I went to, I was always disappointed. So what were the mental health challenges I suffered? First, it started out with stress, because the fibroid was really stressing me out. It was huge. Even the doctors screamed when they were taking it out, because it was almost like an 8 to 9 month size of a fetus. So it was really big. And so I was going through that physically. My body was going through a lot. And then people were, not understanding what I was going through. I couldn't get help. I couldn't get funding. If it's in other clients, of course, I could go to a hospital and then maybe insurance or something. I didn't have such. I mean, looking at me, it looked as if I was a failure. I couldn't take out my fibroids. As a woman, I was stressed out. And it led to anxiety, because I couldn't get help. Each time I want to go ask for help, I'm already anxious because I know what it was going to be. People will say, I won't get a good response. I was betrayed by even people that were very close to me. And then the anxiety turned to panic attack, from panic attack, depression. So it culminated on the 25th of June, 2025, where I just said, look, I've had enough.
Now, how do you care for yourself today, your mental health today? Are you accessing therapy? What do you do specially to make sure you keep yourself in check?
Okay, so when you just mentioned therapy, you notice a smile from on my lips, right? Now, all this while, when I was having my fibroids issue, I was able to manage myself, Then this year, I decided to meet a psychotherapist because I thought a professional would be there for me, would be able to help me out. Unfortunately, I'm not going to say it was all bad, but I think reaching that stage was what pushed me to the bridge, because it's really important for me to mention the bridge, because I know there are people who may be watching this who are probably going through what I've gone through. It may not be fibroids, it may be something else and everything. And that was what happened. That I went to the bridge was because I felt I have exhausted all my options. And therapy, I don't know how to put it. Therapy in terms of my mental health crisis was due to something. You see, I've been able to pinpoint it.
Something always triggers it.
Yes, something triggered my mental health crisis. So me going to a therapist and the therapist is talking to me to be well, or talking to me, write down notes and all this, because some of the things they'll tell you is the things you eat, exercise, do this, do that. That wouldn't have helped me because I was having a financial crisis. So therapy didn't help me.
So how were you able to rebuild your life?
I think, like I said, as an introvert, I've been my number one support system. And that is what I think everyone should do. You have to live your life believing that you are the only one who genuinely cares for yourself. Nobody else is there for you. That's what I came to realize. So for me, I have learned to be my number one cheerleader. I've learned to be myself, to be there for myself. But of course, for some other people, it's not for everyone. Mine was just a peculiar situation. But one of the things, I can talk generally, one of the things to help you with your therapy is what you love doing. There are two things that I love, or three things that I genuinely love. I love writing. I love books, reading and writing. I love children. And the third one just skipped my memory, but the two made...
Go to your happy places.
Yes. Oh yeah, the third one is food.
So keep doing the things that you love. Go to the people and places that are going to put a spark on your soul. We're rooting for you from right here on the Unity Station. And just know that we love you. If nobody ever told you, never forget that we love you. And I believe in you and your abilities. And keep being strong and keep being a survivor.
Thank you.
What more can I say there? Be kind with your words. The next time you interact, the next time you come close to have a conversation with anybody, really for whatever kind of reason, don't you forget to be kind with your words. Stay with us. It is still Good Morning, Abuja.
Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to your weekly guide, Light of Islam. I am Aisha Ahmed.
As Muslims, we know that in Islam, time is a very good and important commodity that we have.
Believe in the angels of God as one of the 6 articles of faith.
Farmers are made in form rows, and how the rows are made is such that the Imam stands in front and then right behind him.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Light of Islam. Keep watching Light of Islam, NTA channel.
That is for zakah, to cure our greed. When we give our money to those in need.
Thank you for rejoining us as we continue to bring you conversations that matter. Up next, I will have a conversation with a movie director, producer, a humanitarian with special interest and focal point for the girls. Let's meet Ms. Chioma Nwankwo. Good to have you here, Chioma.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I do know that you have worked on a number of, productions, especially with emphasis to X-raying issues that girls go through. What are the things, what inspired you into this journey of advocacy for the young girls?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. My journey into the advocacy for the young girls, it wasn't even one that I intended for. Okay, it started from when I was in school, in the university. My friend Michael Chidemeke and I, we have this NGO that is focused on fighting for the human rights in general. Then when we were in school, we would rally for police brutality, rape, and the rest of them. And also during celebrated days like the Girl Child, we'll go to schools and we'll share a number of pads, just the little we could do. And then one day we were just discussing and we said, this issue of sharing pads to school, it doesn't solve the issue. It doesn't solve the problem that every day, almost every day, the price of pads keep increasing. So we now just asked ourselves, what can we do? We are theater arts students, so we decided to, bring awareness, create a voice where people can actually know what is going on in the society better. So we decided to create a documentary. We started researching and we started connecting to NGOs. We got one in Ebonyi State. And we partnered with her, Tomorrow for a Girl Child, and we went to Ebonyi State to shoot. And our experience there was something else. It was something I never expected. It wasn't something any of us had in mind while going. When we got there, we met young girls that did not know what menstruation is. They were in school, but they could not even define menstruation.
And had they come into Menaki?
Yes.
Wow.
They did not know. And the society we visited was just a few minutes away from the capital city. But these students didn't know what was going through with their body. They just knew that they see blood because we had an interpreter. They had difficulty speaking English and understanding English. So we had an interpreter. The only thing that was the base of the communication was, do you see blood? And then they acknowledge that they see blood. And I got to talk with the teacher of the school and I asked her, why is it that the students have very little knowledge about menstruation, period, and all of that? And the reason she gave me, she said that in their school, the male teachers are the ones that are educated in sciences. So they are the ones that teach biology and the rest of them. The female teachers teach arts, like English. So the male teachers cannot teach the women, the young girls, about their body. So that topic of menstruation in biology is totally skipped. They don't study about it. What we experienced that day, it really pushed me to see that it's deeper than we think. We might think that there is the knowledge of menstruation, of period in Nigeria, but there is a whole lot of young girls out there who don't even have the basic knowledge. So that was what pushed us rather to keep going on this path.
What would you say that empowering girls to lead look like to you? How would you define empowering girls to lead?
To me, empowering girls to lead is like handing them their own superpower. We already have this thing, but many girls do not know what they have. So to empower a young girl is to, like I said, superpower, and to activate it for her. And that is something that we at Flow with Pride Impact Hub, we love doing. Our Impact Hub is geared towards empowering young girls to know how to make reusable pads and to make it available to the society.
So what, in your opinion, how do you think we can truly integrate every girl, whether she's in the rural area, in the urban area, disabled or not, you know, in the ID camps and everywhere. How do we ensure that every girl is carried along for gender equity?
Okay, one way I believe that we can integrate every girl is by empowering them with education. One thing I've noticed that in Nigeria is that we lack education when it comes to period. A lot of things are not taught about. A lot of girls don't even know topics about PCOS, endometriosis, and these are things that connect to their period. Whether they're in the rural area or wherever, it affects everybody. So if the society, if the government can implement policies, which is something that my organization, we are working towards, to implement policies where menstruation can be taught as a subject in primary schools and secondary schools to educate young girls, whether in the rural areas or urban areas.
I know that a girl's menstrual hygiene or not can greatly affect her confidence, you know, and this menstrual thing, you never really get used to it, even in your old age. You know, so in trying to help these girls manage menstrual hygiene and period poverty, you people at the Flow with Pride actually have new solutions. Tell me about the reusable pads, and if you can demonstrate it to us a little bit.
Okay.
Because we can't overemphasize this in just one day.
Yeah.
It's a reoccurring process.
Yes.
All through a girl's life. So
that is true.
Let's talk about it.
It's a process that never really ends until it ends.
I am yet to get used to it till
it
today.
never really ends until it ends. So the solution that we've come up with is, since we can't really do anything about the price of pads, we bring out our own safe way that we can manage these things. It's something that we live with every day. So we have to bring out something that makes us comfortable. So we came up with the idea of reusable pads. It's comfortable. I can show you.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
I can.
Is this safe?
It is safe.
Healthy?
It is hygienic. It is healthy. It's
no side effect.
It doesn't have any side effect. It doesn't have itching because these are cloth. This is material. It has cotton inside. So there are different kind of cloths. It has nylon face inside, sewed together so it doesn't leak. So with this, you won't even leak. And when you're on your period, it soaks in because this is material. There's no irritation of any sort.
Okay.
And this pin here, it pins to the back, so it doesn't move. Once you pin it to your panties, it's stuck like this. So, and it's something that can last you for hours. A good couple of hours, you will be comfortable with this.
Interesting. Well, I hope this will bring, solutions that we are all trying to come up with in ending period poverty. Now, before I let you go, if you could speak to a room full of young girls today, what would you most want them to hear about?
If I could speak to a room full of young girls today, what I would say to them is that you are perfect.
Okay.
There is nothing wrong with you. The changes in your body, the things that you encounter while you're growing, it's normal. You're just not educated about them. These things are not your fault. You are beautiful, so embrace yourself the way you are.
Thank you for coming, and happy International Day of the Girl Child. Quickly give a shout out to some lovely baby girls out there.
Okay, I use the shout out to all the beautiful young girls living proudly for themselves. You go, girl. I see you.
Yeah, I will say you, and Black girls rock, African girls rock, and Nigerian girls, we definitely rock. Stay with us on Good Morning Abuja. We'll take another short break to be right back.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. It's another fantastic Friday evening, and you're welcome to NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
First of all, you train yourself, you educate yourself, then you educate your family, and then the community at large.
Fundamentals of Islam Live, showing 7:30 p.m. every Friday on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Join us.
Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Good to know you're still there. It is still Good Morning Abuja, and today we are shining the light on girls around the world. My guest is a legal practitioner of repute, and she's also the founder, CEO for McGregor Gender Foundation, an NGO that focuses on gender-sensitive issues, advocating for girls' equality, and so many other things. Barrister Yewande Ogundipe. Good to have you again.
It's good to be here once again.
Nice to be with
Thank
you.
you for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, I want you to tell me what inspired you to pursue gender-sensitive legal work, particularly in defense of girls.
All right. That question actually takes me way back. By the grace of God, next year I'll be 20 years post-call. So I've been a legal practitioner and active legal practice for 20 years. I know in Nigeria we have this compulsory youth service score where we need to go for national youth service. So fortunately for me, I was posted to National Human Rights Commission.
Oh, wow.
That was my first post and place of primary assignment rather. And I was accepted. That was how the journey began. It was actually my first encounter with a responsibility from a particular gender to another gender, inhumanity from a particular gender to another gender. I'm trying to be very careful with my statements right now, most especially the abandonment and the defilement of young girls. Minors, children, especially girls. In all my years in the commission, serving for a whole year, right now I think I have their, what's it called now? Their retention. That was how I started at the National Human Rights Commission. People would come with complaints, all manner of complaints. It's either child molestation, child abandonment, domestic violence against women, all manner. And I knew it just incited something within me, even though I knew I came into the legal practice as a gender conscious person. I just felt there was so much happening around women in Nigeria. I could be an agent of change. So that triggered it. I used to be one of those core members that would go to the director, an amazing man, the legal director, then go to him and tell him this matter, the way the officers are handling it. So mine as a youth copper was even much more than the staff as at then. I used to incite so much. Sometimes we would go to neighboring states to either go and invite some men or to go and intervene. So that was how the interest started. There was so much man's inhumanity to man. Do you get, especially women, children? So that was where the whole interest started from, some 20 years ago.
Well, do you see any gaps, currently in legal frameworks that fail to adequately protect these girls, especially girls in vulnerable situations?
I've said it before on this platform, and I will say it again. Our girls, children are protected under several laws. We have the Child Rights Act, we have the Nigerian Constitution, we have the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. All these laws are there. But it's not just about laws being available. It's not just about laws being enshrined or being enacted. It's about the enforcement. You find a situation whereby rape victims cannot even get justice. Not because the assailant has not been caught, but because there are some loopholes in the criminal administrative justice system. Do you get it? Areas of prosecution, evidence gathering, availability of witnesses, and even orientation of the victims themselves. So really, I will not say there are lacunas in our laws. There are adequate provisions protecting girls from early marriage, sexual offenses, violence against children. The Child Rights Act is very comprehensive, but our issue now is enforcement. When a girl gets raped, does she have respite? Do the assailants get charged to court? Do they, fine, even if they get charged, do they get prosecuted? I've been in court at least on 2 different occasions where I hear, what's it called now? Accused persons for rape charges being acquitted. Now, in a criminal matter, you can be acquitted, but you can be acquitted or discharged, or both. But when you are discharged, it's just like, okay, just go. There is not enough evidence against you. You are free to go.
Would it be because the parents failed to?
So many factors. So many factors are involved. So you find them being discharged. They can still be retried again. There's no acquittal, means you can still be retried again. Do you get it? On several grounds. Lack of diligent prosecution. I've had to interact with prosecutors and they're like, we don't have enough evidence. The victims are not willing to come forth. Mind you, most of these victims are minors. So if their parents are not willing to come forth, evidence is not there, what can the judge prosecute against? And when it comes to criminal law, it's beyond reasonable doubt. So when you don't have enough evidence, you cannot prosecute. In fact, I was in the court one day when the judge was delivering the judgment, and the guy was discharged, the accused person was discharged, and the judge faced him and said, you and I know what happened, or how there was a way the judge framed it in a way, judges have to be unbiased. There was a way he framed it sounding like, okay, fine, you might not have been caught, but God sees what you have done. I don't have enough evidence to prosecute you or to find you guilty, but whatever you do, go out with a conscience and make sure you don't perpetrate this again. And I smiled to myself. Mind you, when it comes to offenses, especially crimes, you get away with. The tendency to come back and keep committing that offense or that crime is very high. That's why you have career criminals. So automatically, when you keep discharging these people, they keep going because of lack of diligent prosecution. Witnesses are not coming forward. The prosecutor is frustrated, not enough evidence. Mind you, when there's a rape or anything like that, you need to gather information in the next 24 hours. We don't even have rape kits in some hospitals. You go to some stations, the girl has been raped, the child has been raped, and then the mode of the way they attend to it is even so funny. Then stigmatization of the society also. So when you have these things happening, you don't really get prosecution for these things. Who do you blame?
Does this in any way hinder the girl's future and how she can thrive?
Oh, definitely. That's why I laud the team of this year, The Girl I Am.
To change our lead.
Change our lead. Girls in the front line of crisis.
Ultimately.
We do not look, that team is powerful. It empowers the girl child. Mind you, I have a daughter who will be a teenager in a few weeks' time. And I've been able to raise her myself. I've been married 18 years by December. I've not had a single house help. Why did I do that? I wanted to make sure I'm responsible for the way I raised them. Give her a voice. I have a girl and a boy. Give them a voice. I talk to them like adults. Train them like adults. So when it comes to a girl child, if you ask any teacher, they'll tell you the girls are automatically almost more intelligent than the boys. That's why we can multitask. It's just the way we are wired as women, as girls. So when you talk about young girls, they are willing and ready to sip in information. They are willing and ready to lead.
While we hope that someday policies can help us make these things available for free,
yes.
just like condoms and other things that are optional.
Yes.
For your menarche, it comes every month, whether you're prepared already or not.
Exactly.
We're really hoping for all of that.
Exactly.
Now, how can we create a safer environment for our girls?
All right.
Especially maybe online, because a lot of young girls are even online these days, ready or not. How can we create safer environments
I
for
think
them?
creating a safer environment for our girls starts with the family, because that is the first point of call. As a mother, what are you telling your children? What are you telling your girls? What example are you leading? What kind of life are you living? Do you get it? What values are you instilling in them? Once you empower a child, number one, she will not see marriage as an end. She will want to make sure, yes, I'm educated. I have what I need to get where I need to get to. You get what I'm saying? And when she has that, the chances of teenage pregnancy is very low. She's focused more on being an agent of change. She's focused more on influencing our society. Do you get it? And then the kind of moral values we instill in them. If you're a Muslim, are you teaching your child in the way of Islam? If you're a Christian, are they following you to church to pray? Are they part of your spiritual activities? Recently, I had to send my children to a program that had to do with sex education. And my son came back and everything about it was sex. I had to calm him down, explain things to him. Now, any question he has about sex, any question she has about sex, they can ask me. Because the society will not tell them. Nobody outside there will tell them something different. I've been able to instill that value. So wherever we go, whatever we do, everybody is a product of the family they are from. I'm a product of the family I'm from. No matter how imperfect it is. Some of us might, actually the, our generation now, that some of us are from funny backgrounds and with issues here and there. And we decided, okay, fine, I will not be a product of my background. I would be better. I would do better. Unfortunately, we do not have that in this climate. We have children that are influenced by the social media, by the celebrities, with funny lifestyles. And then because of the unnecessary and undue access to social media, we now have a lot of girls that want their validation online. They want to be validated by the number of their followers who liked your post. That's why I told my daughter, till you are 18, you have no business with a smartphone. No smartphone for you. Just use the one you can use to call me when you get home. That is me being deliberate now. But we now find girls with tablets, with so many hyper gadgets, and you're like, wow, he exposes them. Mind you, the rate of teenage suicide is very high. The rate of adolescent suicide is very high. If you trace it, you link it to the social media, what those girls are exposed to. So really, as a family, the family as a unit has a whole lot to do.
Thank you so much for coming. I wish I could go on and on and on. So as we continue shining the light on girls, the girl I am, the change that I do, what will be your word to the baby girls out there? Very quickly, in 1 minute.
My dear young ladies, what am I going to say? You're the future of Nigeria. You're part of the future. You have it all in you. Don't let anyone tell you you cannot be what you want to be. You can be everything you want to be, regardless of the trauma you're from, regardless of the background you're from. You can decide to be an agent of change. You can decide to be that change. So have your voice. There's a special day allotted for you, October 11th. Own it. Say something. Be something. Don't let anybody kill your spirit. Choose your mentors wisely. There's a whole lot for you out there, and I wish every girl out there happy International Day of the Girl Child.
I have been speaking with Barrister Yewande Ogundipe, a lawyer of repute and founder McGregor Gender Foundation. Stay with us. After the break, there's a whole lot more to come.
Us to say our goodbyes on the program. As usual, I remain your host the most, Omaride with Erese, and I'll always be here with my bestie.
Je m'appelle Oguntayo Olaniposi Justina.
Speaking French now, from Jordan to Sweden.
Adios.
Good to know you're still there. Of course, we cannot end today's episode without actually having a conversation with the baby girls themselves. After all, we're doing this all in commemoration of the International Day of the Girl Child. So up next, I will have a heart-to-heart discussion with these girls who I hope are inspired and will in turn inspire all of us on the show today. Let's meet my guests. Very close to me, by my right, is Amisheve Magdalene. Meg is a student of studying mass communication. She's also a fashion model. Good to have you here, Meg.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. And by the far right, I have Oluwatumise Ngozi Adeloye. Tumise is a student studying accounting, and she's also a fashion designer. Good to have you here, Tumi.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, it's International Day of the Girl Child 2025. And the world is taking a look at how girls can be better positioned for leadership positions in the future. The girls they are and the change they intend to lead in the future. Meg, tell me, what makes you stand out as a baby girl?
I would say first, I'm a go-getter. That's what I would say. Because I'm a person who doesn't accept no. And if I set my mind on something, I have to do it and I have to see it to the very end. I don't let people define me. I define myself. So that is what makes me stand out.
Great. And you too, me?
Okay, I believe my strong suit is my ability to turn my creativity into impact, to turn my fashion into my voice, to give people confidence. I think that is what stands out.
Great. Now, it will seem like girls have to work twice as hard as their brothers to succeed, especially in underserved communities. Let's look at some of the challenges that girls face in these parts of the world. Meg?
First, they are limited. They don't have adequate health care, the facilities, and they are limited to education. Their way of thinking is limited because they don't have the quality education that they should have. So they are prone to a lot of things. They are exposed to early marriage and there is molestation. And so that is the challenges.
To me, what are your thoughts?
I feel like she said lack of access to education. And I believe that is the major problem because when they are not properly educated, they don't have the mind to choose proper choices, to make proper career choices, in the society, they won't know how to like differentiate wrong from right because they don't have that proper education, and they won't have confidence because in the classroom, I believe it teaches confidence. Those little moments where you're doing presentation, it builds you up for, the world. So I think education is a major problem for girls.
Nice. Still on your Tumi, how do you handle challenges? As a girl, there are challenges in the home front, in the family, around you, in school, the world around you. How do you handle challenges and then with the focus to build yourself for leadership in the future?
Okay, how I make sure those challenges don't break me down. I try to tell myself and remind myself that I am human. So I make mistakes along the line, but I make sure I learn from it in order to move forward as a person. That's that's how I believe I
handle your challenges. And you, Meg?
Yes.
Well, first I have to know the cause of this, my challenge, and first I have to know what the problem is before I can think of a possible solution. So that is how I'll be able to handle the challenges.
Let's talk about peer pressure. Girls face a lot of peer pressures, because somebody can get very good home training from mom and dad, and then when you go out there in the society, you come up, you make friends, you socialize, and you begin to meet different kind of girls from other backgrounds. How do you make sure that you don't allow negative influences to corrupt your behavior? Meg?
Yes, there is peer pressure. But all I do is the mindset is we are not from the same background. I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. I don't know where you're coming from, and my story is different from yours. So I cannot allow the fact that you're doing this, I want to do it, when I don't even have the capability to do this. So sometimes I withdraw myself from societies like friends that have a lot of things that I have to do if I'm invited. If I cannot do it, I won't kill myself. I just take myself out of it, just not to get involved in something that is not right.
Nice. And you too, me?
Okay, there's positive peer pressure and negative peer pressure. So like positive peer pressure, I think I learned from that. I try to, do all things to follow everybody, so I can also grow. But the negative peer pressure, I try to remind myself that everybody has their own race. Everybody has like their own purpose. So whatever this person is doing, I try to remind myself that you have a different purpose. You have a special purpose. Your plan is different. So don't try to get distracted by what is happening around you. Stay focused, keep pushing. That's how I handle peer pressure.
To me, you're also a fashion designer. Let's talk about fashion girls and fashion trends these days. How do you, as a fashion designer, come up with ideas? Ideas to modify, to keep modesty in check, and to make sure that you serve the world around you positively with your fashion skills.
Okay, the world now, this generation, everybody is wearing something so flashy. So I think what I do, I try to make sure that in as much as the outfits I make are modest, they are still stylish. So when you see this outfit, you're like, okay, it's still like stylish. So I would still want to wear this type of outfit. It's not, people believe that, modesty is not fashion, it's not stylish. You have to be opening a certain area of your body before you look good. No, that is why I feel like that's one of the reasons I started fashion, because I noticed everybody is doing the same thing. Is it that they're doing slits or they're opening their body? I believe that with fashion, you can still look good and be modest. So yeah, I create styles that, have a combination of those things, modesty and stylishness.
All right, nice. I know that you're a fashion model, and you people do a lot of photo shoots and short videos, to showcase beauty in the right direction. What do you think is the purpose of just being a fashion model?
Well, a beautiful woman should be intelligent, strong, and resilient. Beauty is not just enough. So a beautiful woman has to be purposeful.
All right, nice. To me, let's talk about something. This is for the baby girls. I observe that in some families, when somebody has to drop out of school for one reason or the other, it is always the girl. What can this do? What do you think this would damage her future in any way?
Yes,
Tell us
definitely.
about it.
Okay, I believe it affects their esteem because when they choose the boy over the girl, they think low of themselves and they're like, oh my God, am I not enough? Am I not enough that they don't think, oh, I should have proper education? So it affects their esteem and it also affects them in other ways too, because when they're not properly educated, they make the wrong choices. They go into things that are not, and most of those people, they end up having going into early marriage because their family think, okay, no, school is not for you. Don't go and marry one man somewhere, and it just limits their potential. It limits their potential, yeah.
And you may, what girls dropping out of school?
It's like she said, the self-esteem is dropped. Like they are not confident enough because first family already tossed them aside, felt that they're not enough. So they won't be confident in things that they want to do and they just easily get married and they are exposed to a lot of things that shouldn't be done.
All right, now as we wrap up, the whole world is today, especially for the theme for the year, the girl I am, the change I lead. What is the best way to position girls for leadership roles in the future, Meg?
I would say empowerment, quality education, teaching confidence, letting girls know that they are worth it, they can do it. That is what I'm saying.
And to me, what would you say?
I would say giving them a skill, when they have that skill, it comes with confidence because they know that, okay, there's something I can do and I can do it well. And I also believe education too is also a
powerful tool.
Yes.
I believe so too, because an educated girl is the one that will be able to take good decisions for herself in the future. She knows when she's ready for marriage. She knows when she's going to say no. She knows when to say yes. She's assertive and she just knows how to be the best that she can be. Thank you so much for coming. Why don't you give a shout out to the girls out there as we wrap up, Meg?
Okay, to all the young girls out there, I want you to have this in mind. You are enough. You are confident. You are beautiful. You are bold. Don't even let anybody tell you no, because you can get it.
Thank you, Tumi.
Shout out to all the young girls out there. Remember, education is not just the four walls of your classroom. So keep learning, keep thriving, keep building yourself, and don't let your environment limit what you can do. Happy International Day of the Girl Child.
Thank you so much for coming. And in the words of my dear friend Uzo Ogodo, she would say tomorrow is a girl. And yes, tomorrow is a girl. The future is definitely female. All girls around the world, you are powerful. You're the past, the present, and the future. Everything really, really depends on you. Go make the best of your life. Stay with us. Omar is standing by after the break.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Welcome back. And of course, it is the weekend edition of Good Morning Abuja. What's a weekend without a movie? Take a look at what we have in store for you.
1987, the Jos Museum in Nigeria was robbed and several artifacts were stolen. they were looking for is...
It's a valuable thing.
Indeed. There is no way they're going to get their filthy hands on them.
These things were important to your father. You don't want to continue your father's work?
Mama, there's nothing left in Baba's work. The money is not enough to take care of this family. I have to go to Lagos.
I am here simply because to Fatima is a case that I must close.
So the plan is in motion. Finders, keepers.
Oh, I will enjoy it.
Hello? What you have in your hand is very valuable, but not anywhere as valuable as the stones your father left for me. I have a mission for you.
Some of these artifacts have resurfaced around the world, but some are hidden much closer to home than imagined.
Very good. Many places. I mean,
Yes, there you have it. Yes, make sure you find time. I know we are all busy, schedule and everything, but yes, a movie time can also be that perfect time to relax and get quality time with family and friends. As we wrap up, and still commemorating something special for girls around the world, I have my friend, my dear friend, Miriam Omachele Omar in the house with me. She is a writer and, of course, a spoken word artist. Happy International Day of the Girl, child.
Thank you very much.
A very inspired baby girl. What do you do as an artist? What do you do to make sure that you stay motivated and use your spoken word to inspire girls around you?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that I am very privileged, from my background, my family. They're very supportive. So writing has always been something that I love to do since I was really small. I love to read books, read stories. It's always very inspiring when writers create characters that show you that you can be more than just a girl that's meant to do house chores, So I decided that, okay, I want to do this. I want to make sure that other girls know that you don't just have to be, restricted to being in the house, doing house chores.
Not just domestic. Girls are not made for domestics alone.
Exactly. So you can decide to, go to school, be a doctor, be anything that you want to be outside of, what the society has confined girls to be. So I try to create characters like that when I write, show that girls can be more, you can be anything that you want to be.
What can we do differently to make sure we position girls for leadership in the future?
First of all, I think education. I think also we should, talk to people, talk to the parents. We need to stop the stereotypes that are already existing. Let parents know that, okay, the girl child is not less, or because she has a weaker frame doesn't mean that her mind is, weaker or limited. So we should be able to let them know that girls can also go to school. Girls can also, become whatever that they want to become.
All right, as we leave, Miriam, she has a very special spoken word rendition in honor of all the girls around the world. Let's hear you.
Okay, so to every girl that is watching this, I know that you've been told to lower your voice, to shrink your dreams, to, know your place. To the fighter, to the dreamer, to the future poet, teacher, doctor, I want you to know that your dreams are valid, your voice matters. So keep learning, keep growing, keep showing up, even when it feels tough. Because one day you will look back and realize that every little step that you've taken will make you become a great woman in the future. So the world needs your light. Keep shining bright. Thank you. And happy International Day of the Girl Child.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me on the show today. That's it. We'll see you again next week. And to all the girls, what more can I say? The future is you. You are the past, the present, and the future. And yes, tomorrow is a girl and it belongs to you. Yes, you, baby girl. Up next is the weather forecast. Don't stop at nothing. You are enough. Don't let nobody ask you to dim your light. If they think your lights are too bright, they should go get some shades on. My name is Neka Igwe. I'll see you again very, very soon. Stay with us on for the rest of the day's transmission on the Unity station. Bye for now.